What's up, everybody? What's up, Jason, Samuel, Gearhead, Ethan? Yeah, I was running behind, bro. Bad. I barely made it.
Everybody? What's
Oh,
up, Jason,
hold on.
Samuel, Gearhead?
Getting that off. Yeah, I was running behind bad. Real bad. Super Coop from Loveland, right up the street. What's up, brother? What's everybody's plans for New Year's? Anything? I almost didn't even get any beer. That's almost like a staple now, I think. Almost a staple. Let me know if everything's all right. I don't even feel like wearing them. Unplug this. What's up, Effie? Rodney? First time being to hit the like button. I appreciate it, Rodney. He'll beat y'all out, man. Work, work, work. I hear you, buddy. Hey, Richard. Thanks for stopping by, brother. So nobody's doing anything exciting for New Year's? I don't do nothing, bro. Nothing. I used to. I remember when I was younger. I was a partier, dude. I loved going out, like going out and partying. And uh, as I've gotten older, I don't do nothing, bro. Nothing. What's up, Nick? Laura's too broke. I hear you on that. I'm broke as hell. I'm broke too. T Money getting drunk for New Year's. I don't even know. I might drink a couple, I guess. I don't know. I'll probably just spend it with my girlfriend or something. Billy, what's up, brother? Yeah, I mean, it was Christmas, man. It's just it costs money, but yeah, I mean, I enjoy spending time with my family and reaching out to everybody, and you know, so I mean, it was good. I'm glad it's over with though, and I can get back this week to just getting back to working and stuff. I'll start posting some videos. I taped a couple videos Sunday, I think. Yeah, Sunday. One Saturday and two Sunday. So I'll be getting on those this week and getting them out, and then I'll probably try to do the inside video probably in the next couple days too. I done fell behind. I haven't been doing nothing, man. What's good, Matt? Oh yeah, I was running behind, dude. I honestly, like, I didn't know if I was gonna make it, but I came in and there's actually a store like a 30-second to a minute walk from my house, and I came in and I was like, I didn't feel like going back out, but I wanted to go grab a couple beers, so I walked down there and just grabbed a couple beers and came back up here and started this up. And then I was having trouble getting everything set up to where it was working. I think it's working. So if it's not, let me know. This cat is insane, man. He's a wild cat. Ethan staying home and drinking with FEZ. If he plays his cards right, you better play them right, bro. We got a love brewing in the comments. You guys go out or what? What's the story, man? If I ain't trying to pry, obviously. Joe Smith in the house. What's up, Joe? Glad you made it this time, brother. X 12 up, 0 down. There'll be some downs. There's always some downs. There's some people. I post videos. If you don't like a video, you don't like a video. That's fine. I mean, I can't please everybody, but I like when I post these videos and there's a few people that I know that just hang around to hate, and then I know like some personal people that I know, not many, but I know one in particular because I actually seen that person commenting on another video as somebody was dogging me out, and I was like, dang, you're still, hanging around waiting on my downfall, hoping for it. That's all right. I've been an underdog my whole life. What's up, Steve? Brad's Brad said he gets 3 thumbs down immediately every video. Yeah, there's people that, but this is what I've learned though, because just because you got subscribers doesn't mean that people's gonna watch your videos. YouTube won't even show unless they have that bell click to all notifications. YouTube won't even show you. Like say for instance, if you're wanting to know how to make a cake or something and you're looking up YouTube videos and you look up 3 or 4 YouTube videos, the next time you get back on YouTube, they're going to try to, show you some cake videos. So it all depends on what you're into. And even the people that watch tool reviews and auto channels and everything else, YouTube even don't show them all your videos. And they base off one of the things they base off of if they're going to show your videos is interaction, even thumbs down. So if the thumbs downs, they don't know they're helping you. So you just let them go. Tarek, 2020, appreciate you, brother. Always coming through, man. You're the man. Glad you made it this time. Hope you're off the road and everything is going good, man. Happy New Year, Jimmy. Jimmy said the greatest moments when a hater's thirst is not quenched. Yeah, I don't understand. People. I don't get it, man. There's, if you spend your life sitting around, hating on people, you can't possibly be happy, man. I mean, I'm not. I couldn't. I would never be happy just sitting around, just angry all the time. And I get upset about stuff. Everybody gets upset. I'm by far perfect, dude. I'm probably the least perfect person that you probably know. But I do try to live my life decently. Now that I've gotten older, I try to live my life by some kind of morals, and I try not to focus on other people, what other people's doing. I don't get it. Like, who cares what somebody else is doing? But some people, like on Facebook, like I can't even get on Facebook anymore, man. Like I'm starting to get on Instagram more because you don't have to deal with with as much stuff. And I get on Facebook and it's either political posts or people getting mad about what other people's doing. Like the internet goes in spurts, like, with the Area 51 thing, it was like a bunch of Area 51 memes. Then there was the cat and the angry girl meme. And people run with it, man, and if that makes them happy, then, if they think it's funny, then they think it's funny. But some people like get mad that other people's, sharing that stuff. So, I mean, I can't even get on Facebook anymore, hardly, man. Facebook's done. Yeah, Facebook's done went downhill, man. I used to like Facebook. I used to enjoy it. Not to mention, I have way too many friends on Facebook, and that's probably a lot of my problem too. Is all the friends that I have on Facebook, because I went from just accepting people that I know personally or friend of people I know personally or whatever, to people that I may know that's from the same area as me, then to just I would accept almost anybody, and I shouldn't have done that. I've trimmed it down though. Harold says a happy wife is a happy life. Ain't that the truth, brother? If Joe Smith, you're right, dude. I mean, it's I don't like to get political or anything, because politics to me is, I mean, it's I don't even want to get into politics, but it's funny. It definitely is funny to watch. Rodney says he's lucky to wake up happy. That's the thing, man. I think happiness, you can have a lot going on, bro. I've been through a lot. Like I've been through a lot. I wish you guys could see this cat, man. He is insane. But I've been through a lot, man. And and it has got me bitter at times, but all in all, in the end, man, happiness or whatever, dude, it's your mind, it's your own mind. It's if you want to be happy, you're going to be happy. If you don't want to be happy, if you want to constantly look for, somebody doing something wrong, something you don't like or whatever, then you're going to be miserable. And I think some people, I think that's their only outlet, their only way to feel good is, as they say, misery loves company. So they have to make other people feel bad to make themselves at least not be alone feeling bad. BS Small Engine, what's up, brother? I stopped by your live stream Saturday night. He does a live stream. I was only there for a few minutes, but I did try to stop by and show my support, man. I try to stop by everybody's videos and everything when I can, but like I'm just like I literally probably work over 100 hours every week. I don't never get a day off. I did take some time off this last week, but it was the holidays, you know what I mean? So I did take some time off from not only working, but working at home and doing YouTube, and it's time consuming. And then I try to watch videos. I'm constantly trying to learn. I'm trying to do, everything the best I can. And then I'm trying to shoot videos, edit videos, get in here, do live streams, do this, do that. My truck broke down, and I had to spend a little time doing that. And one of my seat in my truck, I didn't even tape it. You know what I mean? I mean, there's videos about replacing a shifter cable on your truck. I guess I could have taped it. I don't know, but like, I mean, I don't know if people want to see stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's already a million videos like that, but I did that, and when I had to pull my seat up to get to it because I had to pull the carpet up, but the driver's seat has been broke for a long time, and I was pimping, man. I was leaning back in the truck because the seat was broke. So the bracket on the bottom was broke, but I fixed that. I just, welded it and added some new tabs, and I fixed it up, but it's riding tough now. Seems to be, I definitely need to do some maintenance, some every year maintenance that I do on it. The shifter cable, it's needed to be replaced for 2 years or so, man. And I was driving on the highway. I bought that truck around 3 or 4 years ago, and about a year after owning it, I was driving on the highway going 70 miles an hour, 70, 75 miles an hour, and I heard just a big crash. I didn't know what was going on, but the truck, it seemed to ride better. And I was like, what the heck happened? So I just kept going because I had to get to work. I was on my way to work. It was like 4:30 in the morning. So I get to work and I get in there and look, and my front drive shaft it was luckily wedged up in there and was hanging out, but it smashed a hole in the transfer case, and I had to replace the transfer case. And the transfer case is one of the push button transfer cases from the newer style push button 4x4 buttons, but I just used the transfer case that was a floor shifter, and I didn't run a shifter up, which I'm probably going to do eventually. If I ever need to use 4-wheel drive, then I'll have to get down and manually do it. But when that thing crashed up, it knocked the shifter cable off, and when I pulled up, I couldn't park or nothing, so I just jumped down there and zip tied it back together, and man, it held up for 2 years, and I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And then actually the zip tie never wasn't the problem. The outer casing of the shifter cable broke, and it wouldn't no longer go into park, so I had to replace it. And that was $89 for a shifter cable, right? I mean, like literally, like I just got back from Christmas shopping, spending a lot of money. So, that was just added on top of it. I was like, well, even though it's my own fault because I should have did it a long time ago. So you live and you learn. But I don't I mean, I guess I like working on vehicles and stuff, but you get to the point to where you don't really like doing stuff like that. I do anyway. What they say? X said he likes videos working on video. I do too, man. I like watching videos working on cars, but you know, with the way I had to do it, I had to, and I could have did it because it was actually, I mean, it's colder now. It's in the 40s now, but it's been like 60, 70 degrees here for the past couple weeks. And I could have did it outside and taped it. But, by the time I was trying to hurry up and do it, and then I was trying to fix my seat, and then, I mean, I think fixing the seat might have made a pretty good video. I probably should have went ahead and made the video, but I just had a lot of other stuff was going wrong at the same time, and I was trying to just hurry up and do it because, believe it or not, and I know you guys know that when you tape these videos, but taping yourself do stuff takes a lot longer than just doing it, man. It takes forever. Just like, for instance, I went out there Sunday and did some modifications on my welding table, which you'll see. I'm going to post a little video about it, but literally, well, not to mention, I don't have a plasma cutter, which hurts me because, I'm making long cuts with a grinder. I'm pretty good with a grinder. I can cut pretty good with a grinder, and I've gotten good with a grinder over the years, but it eats up grinding wheels and it takes a lot longer. If I had a plasma cutter, I could have just hit them cuts, real quick and been done with it. But instead, I had to spend time doing that, spending time shooting, spending time doing this, that, or whatever. Like, I would imagine, if I would have had a plasma cutter, I probably could have did all of that in an hour, maybe, that I did. And without a plasma cutter, I probably could have did it in an hour and a half to 2 hours. And it probably took me about 4 hours probably videotaping and doing everything. Like, it just adds on time, man. It does for me, because I like to try to, especially when I'm doing stuff like that, like, I like to try to get different camera angles and, do stuff like that, try to make it look decent. So it definitely adds times. Felix, what's up, brother? Justin said it takes 5 times longer. It does, man. It's hard. It really is hard. Just like when I replaced that transmission in that, what was it, a '04 Suburban, I think it was. I did a video talking about it, but I didn't do any footage doing that. For one, I'm up underneath a car, and I don't know if you guys have ever had to replace a transmission laying down on your back, but it's not fun. And it's hard to get camera angles, and I'm already struggling anyway, laying on the ground, and that would have just added to the stress of that big time, and added to the time. And not to mention, it was a paid job, so I needed to just get it done and get it back to the person. So it's not like it's something I'm working on at home to where I can string it out. But I did at least spend an hour talking about it, and then did that other little video. And what sort of watch? Yeah, Samsung watch. For no reason, bro. Like, I don't need this. I mean, it looks good. I mean, I guess, but I was wanting one, and I was like, and I already pay. I pay for my phone. I pay for my son's phone, and I pay for, our phone bill. And that's the only people that I pay for a phone. But still, just between me and him with phones and our service, it's $200 a month. So I added this watch on, and the watch, I mean, it only took it up. Now it's like $235 a month, but that's a lot of money to be spending on a phone, man. But you really can't nowadays. You can't be without it. But then I'm paying for Wi-Fi. That's another $60 a month, Wi-Fi. And and so I honestly, like, and my phone service sucks. Like, I hate Sprint. They suck, dude. And if I'm away from home in this area, like at work and stuff, like I get no service, none. Like I have to step outside the doors. As soon as I step outside, I can get a little bit decent service, but when I'm inside the building, it's over with. You're getting no service. And in this area, for some reason, you get no service. So I'm basically paying $235 a month to use the $60 a month Wi-Fi that I use on, because I don't call or text anybody but my girlfriend, you know. Nate says Verizon sucks. You know, everybody I know that uses Verizon loves Verizon. I've never used Verizon. I never have. Always used Sprint, and I thought about switching to AT&T, but they suckered me in on DirecTV. I got this DirecTV. I was with my ex-girlfriend, and I got DirecTV, so for the house, and we ended up splitting up one of the many times we split up. And we would split up for a week or so. I called and canceled DirecTV. Well, we ended up, it was there for probably 3 months. I did get to watch it for about 3 months. Well, then we split up. I canceled DirecTV. We ended up moving to different places. So I was going to cancel the DirecTV and pay for the early termination fee. So I went ahead and did this, and they suckered me into, you know, well, she asked me if I would get it for another place that was supposed to be ours. But so I was like, okay. So I had to buy start a whole new agreement. So then I started a whole new agreement. Long story short, I paid $62 a month for DirecTV for over 2 years that I got to watch for like, I think three months total out of over 2 years. So I was glad to finally get that done. You're right, Jimmy. It does, man. Especially my stories, man. They definitely, me and her, you know, we probably, you know, when we first, this was my first, you know, I'll tell you a little bit of personal stuff, but this was my first inkling about what this relationship was going to be about, and I should have just ran for the hills, but I was stupid. We was together. We moved in together way too quick, but we had been together for probably about 3 months, and I moved in about 2 months, and then we were supposed to be going to Gatlinburg on a weekend and on a Friday. So I was working, and when I got off Friday, we was gonna head down to Gatlinburg. So I'm working. She's been texting all day. You know, everything was cool. I was waiting to get off, and I get off and go to the house, and all my stuff's sitting outside. And I'm like, what? So and she was gone. The house was locked up. All my stuff was outside. She done took off to Gatlinburg without me. And I was like, what? I was like, dude, I was like, why wouldn't you even just say something? You know, why you play all day and wait for me to get home? Like you wanted to like maximize the effect of me seeing my stuff out in the, you know, street basically. So I gathered up all my stuff, headed out, and she was down Gatlinburg, you know, and I should have known then, because that was how our relationship went from then on out. And I should have just left, because she was just unstable, and her reasoning, this was her reasoning as to why she was putting me out and why we was breaking up. Her reasoning was because that morning when I left for work, I hugged her and tapped her on the back like a brother would a sister, and I didn't really love her. So that was like, and you know, and that's my own stupidity for sticking around for 3 years after that. You know what I mean? Because it was the same thing repeated over and over again. Justin, you live 45 minutes from Gatlinburg. Yeah, dude, I like to come down that way again. I used to live, you know where New Tazewell's at, Justin? I used to live in New Tazewell. That's about an hour, what is it, west or east? West of Gatlinburg, I think. So that's right down there. So you probably know where that is. Where did I say? Did I say New Tazewell? Yeah, that's where it was. New Tazewell, because there was Tazewell, New Tazewell, and then if you kept going south, I believe it was Knoxville, and I was like an hour north of Knoxville and an hour west of Gatlinburg. I'm about 45 minutes from the northern Kentucky border as far as Newport, Covington goes. Yeah, you're right. Raising Gracie said looks back at their past relationships and it gives them, they learn something from it. You can learn from what you want out of a relationship. And one thing I've learned about all relationships, you may feel like at the time, because I felt it many times, and I'm with somebody like, man, I'm happy. This is a good person. I'm happy to be with them. But for some reason, you always think like it can't be, it'd be hard to be better than this. But it always gets better. It always does. Like every girlfriend I've ever had, my last ex, I was struggling a little bit over that because I done put up with so much crap, and then she done got me again for the last time. But now my new girlfriend now, dude, like she's like a completely different animal than, and I mean that in a good way, than my ex. I mean, she's a great person. She's the first person that I've met that genuinely, there's a cat back there, that genuinely I think has a good heart. And it's hard to find people that really do have a good heart in life. Ebrock says Mardi Gras on a bucket list. I've wanted to go to that. And when I was younger, man, when I was younger, I was all about it. But now I'm a homebody, man. BS Small Engines from Paris, Kentucky. Lived in Middletown High for 9 months. Now you're saying, when did you live in Middletown? That's where I live. I've lived here for, well, I moved up here, not to this town. I moved to a different town. It's right close to this town with my ex. And I've never been up here before. So I ended up coming up here, and that's why I ended up finding my job now that, it was a good job. And so I quit my other job, and I come up here, and then I obviously stayed up here, and then I've met my girlfriend now up here, and I like it up here, so I'll probably stay up in this area. There's the cat. In case you was wondering, I'll probably stay up in this area. I really like it, man. No, you're right, Effie. They don't. Most people don't. Most people are not good people, man. In my experience, like they're just not good people. Man, this cat is wild. I'm telling you. Oh, 2002. Yeah, I definitely wasn't up here in 2002. I just moved up here and I think like 15. I think is when I moved up this way, not to Middletown, but I've moved to Middletown. I lived in Middletown now for 2 years. Right outside Morristown. I'm not sure I know where Morristown is, buddy. I have to look it up, man. But yeah, man, if I definitely would like to get back down there. People do suck, man. Let's see, scope 40. Yeah, Rich, man. Dude, when I was younger, me and my buddies, we like going out, like hanging, hunting women. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. We like going out to like clubs and bars, and we was just idiots. And I'm talking like 4 to 5 nights a week. Like I work, and you know four out of the 3 out of the days that I usually didn't. I went to clubs on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So Wednesday was the only day that I didn't go out. And back then, I remember one time on New Year's Eve, just got annihilated, like just out of this world annihilated, and I had to work the next day, and I'm staying up. Here it is, like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to bed, and I don't even know if I was 20. I might have been 21. I might have just turned 21, and here it is, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I can't even walk, can't talk, can't nothing. So I pass out. and I'm back up at 4:30 going to work. And now, if I did that now, I'm not getting up. It's not happening. I got to take off for 3 days after something like that now. Brad said when he started YouTube, he thought he'd get a lot more bull crap, but he's come across finds good. You know, I have to say that I have met some pretty good people here on YouTube, and there's not, you know, as far as like the bad people go, the more views you get on a video and the bigger you get, the more you're introduced to those people. You know, I feel like that I've gotten like a core group of people that's good people that's been around. We've got to know each other, you know, pretty good, and as far as good as we can, you know. But the more views you get on a video and the bigger you get, you start getting introduced to the, you know, the people out there that I would have to consider. You know, I don't even know what to even consider those people, to be honest with you, man. Anybody know? Does anybody know? Give me some recommendations on a good, cheap plasma cutter. I was looking towards the, what is it? The Jakes plasma cutter. I think it's like 230, 250. Because I got to be honest with you, man. That titanium plasma, even that Chicago Electric plasma cutter, for that price, man, there's a lot of cheaper plasma cutters. So if I was going to spend my money on one, I'm probably not going to buy one of them. You know, I would like to try one out, obviously, but that's a lot of money, man. You know, you can get it down to the titanium down to like $750, and that's pretty expensive. And it's doing the same thing that these other $300, $250 plasma cutters are doing, as far as what they claim they'll cut and whatnot, up to a ½ inch. I don't need nothing to cut a ½ inch, really. Plasma cutters, they're good for, you know, making long straight cuts or curve cuts. But I'll tell you another good thing, that if you get good with a torch and a plasma cutter, if you ever have to like cut any welds off of something, that plasma cutter, if you're good with it, and a torch, if you're good with it, you can clear those welds off without damaging the, you know, work you're working on. Once you get good and comfortable with it, I can do it all day, and it's like so quick compared to using a grinder, cut off wheel, cutting it down, cleaning it off, doing this, doing that. Pry bars, like I could take a plasma cutter and the welds will melt before the metal will. So it's definitely something that can help you out, man. Hey, Herstoller, glad you made it, brother. Tarek, that'd be awesome, bro. I mean, if we figure out how much it costs to ship or whatever, dude, I could PayPal you the money to ship it to you, or to get it shipped or whatever, man. You get a hold of me on email or Instagram or something. I don't think you're on my Instagram though, but my email, myredemptiongarage@gmail.com, man. Email me. And if we haven't emailed before, man, I get a lot of emails. I don't know if you've ever emailed me or not, but yeah, I would pay for shipping, dude. And, you know, and I'd give you some money for your time from having to ship that, because I definitely do need one, man. But I don't want to go spend a bunch of money, you know. I mean, for what I need it for, I don't need an $800 plasma cutter, dude. Hypotherm makes a model under 500. D-Brock wants to know, how much does it really help you if we watch through the ads without skipping? All right, this is how, if like when they show you an ad and, you know, you skip it, nobody likes watching that crap. I don't like watching it, but like if I go on other people's pages, this is what I always try to do. I try to watch their whole ads, and if they shoot you the long one, like the 2-minute ad, if you watch 30 seconds of that person will get paid. And they're not getting no money, dude. You're getting pennies. You know what I mean? You're honestly getting pennies, but you're trying to make up for it with volume. So, you know, I don't make no money on this, dude. Like I've spent I spent way more money than I've made. Way more money than I made. But I look to the future, you know what I mean? I can see the possibilities of doing this, so I'm willing to invest in it. But this is what I always try to do: watch the commercials, and if it's a long one, I'll watch 30 seconds of it, then skip it. But if it's a short one, I won't skip it. Now, at the bottom, you'll see like a little banner ad, and you get paid from that too when people click on those. So I always click on the ads. I'll get on there, I'll watch the ads, click on those ads, just to try to give them some money, because I know how much work it goes into this, man. It's not easy, and people's time is precious, and I understand that. So having to sit there through 30-second commercials is annoying, man. It really is, but it does help, dude. I mean, but I'm not gonna if you ain't got a time, you ain't got a time. I mean, it is what it is. All right, Tarek. Yeah, man, we can get it together, bro. You just let me know, man. Yeah, Tarek said he pays for. Okay, so this is what happens, like, because they have YouTube Red or whatever, where if you pay for YouTube, you don't have to deal with ads, and you can watch music with your phone off, or listen to music with your phone off, I should say, and some other perks, and I pay for it as well. If I pay for the YouTube Red. Well, I actually don't pay for it anymore, but I was paying for it for a long time. Now, the YouTube Red, what happens is, say for instance, there's 100,000 people that pay for that YouTube Red. What YouTube does is gives the creators a cut. So you gotta imagine like how many creators there is. You're not getting much. YouTube's making a killing, but I mean, bro, they're giving us this platform. We're getting I know a lot of you guys are older. Like I'm a little older, man, and I remember not having the internet. I remember when the internet, like I was a teenager when I first got on the internet, and there was nothing you could really do on the internet back then. You could get some information, but like as far as it's come, it's just amazing, man. And the amount of information that we can get now is just crazy. And YouTube giving us the ability, I don't know about you, but like when I learn to do something, like if I want to know how to do something on a car or whatever, and if I have to watch a YouTube video to learn how to do that, I can learn it from watching somebody do it a lot better than having to read about it or listen to somebody tell me. It's a lot easier to learn. So the fact that they're giving us this platform, man, I mean, they're going to have to make money, so they'll keep it open. They're just not going to do it out of the kindness of their hearts. This takes a lot of money, time, and effort to keep this thing going. So I don't mind them making money at all. I'm glad they make money because they keep it going, and it gives us the opportunity to try to make channels, make stuff, get some money, learn. I mean, it's unbelievable. I remember when I was younger, and like if I had to do a book report or something, I had to go to the library, go through the car catalog, look for books, see if they had the books, and then that was how I had to do it. Nowadays, man, if you got to do a book report, you just sit down here and everything's at your fingertips. The amount of knowledge out there is pretty amazing, man. And it's free. I mean, it's free. You're getting YouTube, you're getting all this information on YouTube just for giving them, 15, 30 seconds of your time. So it's worth it to me. Hey, Jimmy, that's crazy you said that, because that was exactly why I bought YouTube Red, was Cobra Kai. Watching the Karate Kid, the new Karate Kid. If you guys watch that, that was actually that, like, it puts Johnny in a different light, and like when you watch that, you're like, man, maybe he was a victim lightweight. It's definitely good. Backwoods Mechanic said it takes a lot of time. He works 65 hours a week, $5 a care for him, editing a video isn't easily done. And you know, man, I tell you what, I'm not even exaggerating. I have spent, like, say for instance, like the welding videos. Like, when I posted that welding video, I split it up into two different videos that were however long, man. They were pretty long. They were both pretty long. The whole thing was pretty long. So I literally spent, I think, I want to say about 4 or 5 hours recording all of that I did on that welding video. All right. And then, so now what I have to do when I edit that is I have to come back in here, bring all that footage in here. It was on SD card. Now I have to organize that footage, sync the footage up to audio so that the audio is good. Then what I have to do, so like if I'm making a half-hour video, I'm watching probably, you know, an hour's worth of footage or something to make that half-hour video. So I'll go through, make my cuts, and then I'll add. Then if I want to add B-roll and everything else, the overlays on it, I have to add all that, do all that, sync everything up, do this, find music to put on it. And like I honestly on that welding video, I'm pretty sure that I spent upwards to 9 hours just editing that one video. And it's hard to do by yourself, man. Just like he said, you know, I'm working, I'm doing this. I don't have 5 daughters, obviously, but I live here alone. But, you know, and I can't imagine, you know, how much that takes of your time. But even for me, man, it's not easy. Raising Grace Abrams watching the first man land on the moon, man. You got me beat, bro. I ain't quite up there yet, man. The maintenance man in the house. What's up, brother? BS said he's been waiting for 3 hours for his next video to render. Jeez, man. That's another thing. You need to have a powerful computer to be able to edit these videos, these 4K videos, and a computer that can handle not only the graphics but can handle all the processing involved in doing that. So like my computer, I got a laptop. I think I paid I want to say $1,100 for this laptop, and it came with I want to say 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it's got a NVIDIA 1050 graphics card, which is not that great, but it's good enough. And it came with 128 gigabytes of SSD memory and 1 terabyte of hard drive memory. So what I did was I bought a 256 gigabyte, or was it a 512 gigabyte? I think it was a 512 gigabyte SSD card to take the other one out to put it in here. That was another $250. Then I bought 32 gigabytes of RAM to put in here. I think it was 32. I'm pretty sure it was 32 to put in here. That was another $250. So this laptop is probably all in all a $1,500 total invested laptop, but it's pretty powerful. It could be better. It could definitely be better. I don't know if you guys are on my Instagram. I've talked about this before on my live streams about the computer that I built for my son from scratch. Everything was purchased, you know, and put together by me. And that was a tough machine. I would love to have that for myself. You know what I mean? I definitely would love to have that. But, you know, he's more important than I am. So, I mean, I'm glad he likes gaming and stuff like that. And, you know, that was like the ultimate thing that I feel like I could have did for him. I think maybe if I would have let him build it with me, it might have been a little better for him, but I wanted to surprise him. So I spent quite a bit of money. I spent like $3,000 on that, putting that together, not counting any monitor or anything. So it was definitely expensive. But that computer would have been able to handle anything that you threw at it. So as far as like the reason I brought that up was because you said you're taking 3 hours to render. That's probably to do with what computer you're using to render your videos, because my videos render in 4K if I have it's usually minute for minute to render a video, close around there, anywhere between a minute to a minute and a half. So for instance, if I have a 30-minute video to render that, I shoot it in 4K, render it in 4K. That usually takes anywhere between 40 to 45 minutes to render that video. Then I have to upload it to YouTube, which takes another hour and a half, 2 hours. So it's time consuming, man. Well, D Brock, thanks, brother, man. You're the man. I appreciate you. Cheers, man. Jason got an Alienware laptop, and it's 3 years old, and it does fun. The main thing is the graphics card. That's going to be that's going to determine how well your computer does when dealing with making these videos. Back then, when I built that computer, my son, 1080 Ti was pretty much top of the line, and that's what I put in there, a 1080 Ti. And I did some testing on it, and it tested good on everything, man. Cobra Kai season 3, 2020. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait to see it. It's actually, I mean, like, I was like seriously impressed when I watched that. I got it. I paid for the YouTube Red and watched the first season. And I was like, wow, man, like that is just, I didn't think I would like it quite that much, but I was seriously impressed. And then watched season 2 and I was still impressed. So I definitely can't wait for season 3, man. What's up, Bo Freak? Justice, AMD 2700. See, I've never ran an AMD processor, man, but I mean, for the money, they are, they're the way to go. And looking back, I used the i7, I think it was I want to say 9500, whatever. It was the top of the line. Like, they did have an i9 but the one I had was step down from the i9. So it was top of the line. And it cost me, I could have just used the AMD processor and the motherboard and saved a few $100s for the same performance. So I definitely probably should have went with that, but I've never used one. I'm sure you watched a lot of computer videos, and I had no idea. And I started watching. I built that computer by myself just from watching YouTube videos. And I watched probably hours, man. I watched hours. This is before I was even doing my channel. Well, actually, it was actually right around the time that I started doing this channel, but I just did that couple little videos over at my buddy's house. And I was watching hours upon hours, man, of people building computers. And I went out and I made a list of everything I needed. And I went out and bought top of the line everything and put it together. And it was nice, man. I struggled to give it to him. But, obviously I did. But it was definitely nice. Yeah, so you can't upgrade a computer much. It's a mini tower. There comes a time where if it's worth it, even like some of the cheaper computers would probably outperform your older computers. You know what I mean? So there is a time that you could spend money, that you should probably spend money to upgrade. Like, I think that I could probably get, like, for some reason this case is peeling up on this laptop and I can't keep it snapped together. So hopefully that doesn't affect it, because I honestly can't afford to go drop another $1,500 to $2,000 right now to get another computer to be able to edit my YouTube videos. But I pretty much have to have a decent computer, so hopefully this holds up. But that, not counting that, I probably have a couple more years I can get out of this computer. I think it would keep up with everything. Asus has great motherboards. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the motherboard I bought. It was the top. It was the top of the line. I paid like $315 for that motherboard alone, and then it was like $300 for the processor, and then I bought 500 gigs of SSD, and then I bought 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes of a hybrid SSD hard drive. I had 16 gigs of RAM. RAM's expensive, man. Like, I didn't even put 16 gigs is enough though. DDR4. Put that in there. Then I had the NVIDIA 1080 Ti. Put that in there, and I water cooled the processor. I had a Corsair water cooled little thing like you ran down. I had like water hoses and some fans. Ran up on a radiator. Pretty nice. Corsair case. It was a RGB case. I mean, it was tough, man. If you're on my Instagram, I posted. You guys follow me on there. If you don't follow me on there, My Redemption Garage on Instagram. But I posted a picture of it. It's pretty tough, dude. I was pretty proud of myself, and he was definitely happy about being able to do that because I never dreamed I could do something like that. But it's not as hard as you might think it would be, as I thought it might be before I started checking it out and doing it myself. Anybody could do it, man. Anybody could do it. Yeah, Justin, when I was doing it, he said RAM prices have dropped a lot. When I was doing it, RAM graphics cards was just outrageous. I mean, outrageous. Just the graphics card. I paid $1,100 for the graphics card, and then it was like $300 for the RAM. And I mean, that's expensive, man. Canada, Freedom 45, baby. You watch the Trailer Park Boys, man. I know that's probably like I don't even know if you guys. I mean, it's considered Canada, but Nova Scotia, where they filmed the Trailer Park Boys, is actually up right by Maine. So it's like pretty close to. It's like a little island, like off the coast of Maine. So it's pretty close to the United States. Because I always wondered. Because when you watch that show, I mean, it's obviously not real, but the way they talk, they don't have much of an accent, really. Brandon don't have Instagram. Yeah, man. I like I said, I like Instagram now. I'm liking Instagram better than Facebook, and I'm trying to stay off of Facebook, man. I used to spend a lot of time. What's up, Tailgate Tech? I used to spend a lot of time. On social media, more time than I probably should have spent on social media, because I'd catch myself whenever I was like bored or sitting there scrolling. So I've got myself out of that habit and try to stay off of it. You guys give me about 2 or 3 minutes to go to the bathroom and watch this for me, and I'll be right back, man. All right, I'm back, man. Sorry about that. Had to go out. We lost some, not many. More beer, the better. I did go get one. I actually have them out in the garage. I only went and picked up. I just went and bought 4 of them just to do this live stream. Uh, and I've already drank 3 of them. So I'm starting to. I'm a lightweight, man. Like I literally, when I was younger, like I said, I could hammer down some beer, man. We was sitting there drinking a case. I mean, like, we're shotgunning beers and smashing beers and throwing, and just it was like ogre off Revenge of the Nerds. I mean, real life. Like we was partying, man. And nowadays, I could drink two. If I drink 2 of these, I have a buzz. It takes me about 4, 5, 6 of them, and I'm pretty. That's about as far as I'm willing to go anymore. Richard likes craft beer. I like craft beer too. You know what beer I like, man? Is if you guys ever had this, let me know. Killian's Irish Red. That's some pretty good beer, man. I really like it. I like Samuel Adams too a little bit. There's actually I'm gonna go to it. There's actually a craft beer factory in this town that's open. You could go over there and buy some. In this town, it's a little small. It's a small town, but it's kind of like a mix between a small town and a city or whatever. It's like they're trying, but it's an industrial area too. Like there's so much money and jobs out here. It's insane. And there's a lot of homeless bums and, Section 8, like, and I'm not trying to dog nobody or nothing, but I mean, if you're not willing to, that stuff is meant for people that are struggling, that need a helping hand. It's not meant for you to live your life on, you know what I mean? And a lot of people, like I said with my family, when I was younger, that was the goal. Like you was taught to, when you grew up, how to judge if you made it or not was whether or not here's a kitty. I want to see a cat. Say hi. He's a wild cat. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, that was the goal. You made it in life if you could get a check with some free rent and some food stamps. Like that was the goal, man. And that's what I knew. Like, that, and you're taught that. So, and then you grow up though. I was never taught like, be a man, stand on your own 2 feet, work for what you want in life. You can be whatever you want to be. You can, if you're willing to earn it. I was never taught that at all. There's Canadian beer. I never really. I think no. Pabst Blue Ribbon ain't Canadian, is it? I don't think it is. I don't think I've ever had any Canadian beer. Watch out, baby. Go on. Wildcat. Molson. Never had Molson, man. Ryan Linder. JRC, what's up, brother? Glad you made it. Now, if you guys don't know about JRC 54, which I'm sure a lot of you know about JRC 54, but he does a channel that he owns a shop, and his channel is about automotive repair, tool reviews, and about, the things that you need to know about owning a shop. Now, he just hit 10,000 subs. And I don't know if you want me to say anything or not, JRC, but if you want to tell everybody about how they can enter into your 10,000 sub giveaway, I think it's a pretty good idea. His last video, he talked about it. So if you guys haven't seen that, 5 reasons that he doesn't like the Snap-on Epic Toolbox, check that video out. Check him out. And, it's a pretty big prize. I would like to have it. I actually, I've never owned what you're giving away. I don't know if you want me to really say much about it, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people probably do know, but I know you was trying to, you didn't want to do it like you did last time, and I can definitely understand why you would say that, man. Jared says he wants a clear mind. Booze don't do it for him. No, too much booze won't do that for you, bro. Too much booze dulls you, and that's one of the reasons why I don't drink much. I'll I'll drink these beers on Monday with you guys, and I may drink another couple more throughout the week, but most of the time, no. I'm, I want to, I want to do more. Like I don't need, to be drunk or whatever. And if you want to party, dude, then so be it. I'm not dogging nobody. As long as you are not hurting people, you can do whatever you want to do, man. In my eyes. So I like to be productive though. I like to learn. I love learning. Like even like when I watch TV, man, like I don't watch TV for entertainment. Very rarely do I watch TV for entertainment. The only time I do watch TV for entertainment is, say for instance, if I'm with my girlfriend, we'll watch TV for entertainment. But when I watch TV, I either watch YouTube videos or I watch documentaries because I like learning. I honestly do. Budweiser, give me if I were to drink this to get drunk, then yeah, I mean it probably would give me a headache and a hangover. But like I said, I don't like feeling like crap. And back in the day, I mean, I could drink and get up and I had no problem. But now it takes me time to recover, man. That's just like for New Year's Eve. I mean, my girlfriend was asking, what I was going to do for New Year's or whatever. My buddy, he's a younger guy. He's a good kid though. I mean, I call him a kid, but he's like 23, 24, whatever. And I've known him for a couple years. Good kid. But he was asking me if me and my girlfriend wanted to come over for New Year's and do beer pong and all that. And while it may be fun or whatever, it's not my thing anymore, man. I'm just laid back. I like working on cars. I like building stuff. I like hanging out. I enjoy the perfect day and the perfect evening for me is to be out my garage messing around. That's how I enjoy myself. That's how I relax. You're right, Super Ranch Garage. There, guys, if I had a chance to check out the new Icon sockets, no, I have not, brother. Somebody posted a video. I don't remember who it was, dude. Somebody. They posted another video before where they went out and bought all the Icon tools or whatever. And he posted a video about him buying the new Icon tools, and he bought some 3/8 impact sockets, deep and shallow. He bought some crow's feet. He bought the snap ring pliers, and he bought some Torx bits, I believe. Some Torx sockets. I think that's what it was. I haven't had a chance to check none of it out. I messaged the guy. They ain't been talking to me, dude. Like, and I'm not gonna get into it, but I messaged the guy, and I asked him about, because people keep asking me, when are they gonna have these 3/8 ratchets and all this and all that. And I asked him, and he said that all the people's on vacation, but he's gonna try to get back to me, try to figure out when they're gonna be coming out with those revised 3/8 Icon ratchets, and when they're gonna be. I guess somebody was asking me about when they're gonna send them the voucher or whatever. I don't know how it's gonna work, dude. I honestly don't, man. Them guys was all gung ho when I first was talking to them. You know what I mean? They was all like, oh man, they're messaging me all the time, and like, and then we'll see though. What's up, Lewis? Lewis, is it Lewis or Louise? With Molino, I had to. I don't know. I'm trying to just pronounce it right, brother. That's it. The Icon snap ring pliers are copies of the Knipex version. That may be. I seen the Knipex snap ring pliers. I tell you what, dude. The Mac Tools I've used the Mac Tools snap ring pliers. Those are great pliers, man. Those are great snap ring pliers. Now, never used Snap-on snap ring pliers. I tell you what I own out there is a set of channel lock interchangeable head snap ring pliers that have the little switch on them that will allow you to go in or out by flipping a switch. Those work pretty decent for me, man. I don't come across snap rings that often though, so I don't really have the use for it. Now I would like to own the Knipex, or I would like to check out the Snap-on snap ring pliers, and I probably will buy them eventually to check them out. And as soon as I get the money, I'm obviously going to buy the impact sockets, because I mean, let's face it, I mean, I want to know how much they are for one, but there's a lot of good cheap options for impact sockets. So Tekton, I mean, the Tekton impact sockets, if you're looking for a good set of impact sockets with no skips, that is a complete set, that's a, decent set, impact sockets, look at those Tekton sockets. I'm telling you now, you can get you can get them anywhere between $25 to $50 when you get up to the 1/2-inch deeps and whatnot, but they're giving you a complete set, man. They said, X said, this is my house. Yeah, it is my house. And this house, I'm renting this house. And this house was actually, my landlord is a woman. And she grew up in this house. So, her mom lived here and her mom passed away a few years ago and she started renting it out. But yeah, this was an old person's house. She lived here for a long time and her mom lived here for however long after she grew up and moved out. But it is an old person house. Now, when I first moved in here, okay, so my ex started coming back around, as soon as she seen me trying to progress, here she comes, like always. So she's over here. Now, there was this old, I don't know what it was, man, wallpaper or whatever it was in there in the kitchen. And it was like some yellowish with some brown like wagon wheels and whatnot. Like, it was ugly, dude. But I don't care. I rented this house for the garage. I don't care nothing about this in here. Like, nothing. This is for the woman. That's for me. Like, if I got a woman, then do what you want in there. All I care about, I'll sleep out here. Like, honestly, to be honest with you, dude, if I could find a garage that I could put a bed in, I would just live there. I don't need none of this. Like, I don't need none of this, man. But so anyway, so my ex is here. She done brought some of her friends over or whatever, and they was in there talking about how ugly the wallpaper was. And my landlord, she was. I just moved in here, and they decided they was gonna rip a piece of this wallpaper up. So my landlord was coming in here doing some repairs or something when I first moved in here, and she messaged me with a picture like, what happened here? And here it is, her mom's house. You know what I mean? Like, geez, man, like, I just moved in here. So I ended up, long story short, I ended up remodeling that whole kitchen because of that one tear in wallpaper. I pulled all the old paneling down. I put some new paneling up, some white, nice looking paneling, some new trim, new everything, and spent, I don't even know how many, 30 hours total, and then spent $500 something to fix that piece of wallpaper that they decided to tear because it was ugly. But yeah, this definitely is an old person's house. Now, this background, as you see it, it'll change. I haven't decided exactly, but the background will change. I'm not going to remodel, and I'm not going to do anything to where it's a permanent fixture, but I'll add something back here. I want a darker color behind me, so that way I can add more lights and make it look better. So I'll probably end up putting up some sort of paneling or something that I can just hang there, or that I can make a little wall to put up behind it or whatever. But it'll definitely change because I don't like, but like I said, I mean, I don't care, honestly, as far as what my house looks like on the inside. I don't need to like have a luxurious looking house, because the only thing I care about is having a garage, man. That's it. What's up, Davian? Glad you made it, man. Yeah, 6-car garage with a bed and a bath and a kitchen. That's all you need, man. And I can eat out. I don't even need a kitchen, honestly. I can eat out. I'll get me a little mini fridge, put some drinks in there, and I can eat out for the rest of my life. Have me a nice big garage, have a little slop sink with a little shower in there. I'll even just run a garden hose, you know what I mean? If I had a garage that nice, that's my goal, that's what I want. 10 acres, 10,000 square foot shop, 27-foot travel trailer. Heck yeah, you're getting there, Tarek. That would be nice, brother. That would be nice. Oh, you was talking about, who is that? Somebody said Sonics. Jason was talking about, you talking about Sonics when I was talking about impact wrench or impact sockets? Yeah. Sonics is another great option. I was just doing some research for a video a few days ago. You can get a Sonex 3/8 set that comes with, I believe, deep, shallow, and some extensions for like $71, and it's a complete set. You can get the half-inch version, complete set, deep, shallow, some extensions, $120.20. So, that's definitely, it's made in China. If that's a big thing to you, then obviously, but for $120, you wouldn't expect that to be made in the U.S. But the thing with impact sockets, they're all the same, man. Honestly, I've had that Pittsburgh Pro impact socket set. That would probably be an ultimate set if they didn't skip sizes. But the fact that they're skipping sizes, they're limiting themselves, because now the standard set's pretty complete, but then you start looking at the metric set and they're skipping a bunch of sizes. They're great. They're good impact sockets, though, man. They really are, and that's why I'm interested, especially with the Icon impact sockets. I gotta look at them through the video, and they look pretty decent. The thing that I would look for when I'm looking for an impact socket, because, like I said, I think they're all pretty much the same. But if you could find some thinner walled impact sockets, or, because impact sockets are thick, man, and they're made thick on purpose. They're obviously, and they're softer than your chrome sockets, which is another reason why, you're not supposed to use your chrome sockets on your impacts, because they'll crack, they'll break, they'll tear your anvil up, they'll tear your hog ring up. You got a hog ring on your anvil, so I would look for a decent set. If I was looking for a good set, I want to see how thin they was. If they seem pretty thin, because as far as durability goes, man, you could get similar durability out of a $20 set as you can out of a $300 set. To be honest with you, in my experience, man. Tarek, I'm with you there. Tarek said he thinks that Gray Pneumatic is where it's at. Gray Pneumatic is a step in between. It's going to be more expensive than your Sun X, and it's going to be more expensive than your Pittsburgh Pro, obviously. But I own a set of Gray Pneumatic impact sockets, man, and they're great. What I don't like about them is the laser etching, or maybe they don't have laser etching. Maybe that the way that the sizes are stamped in there, it's hard to see. I can't remember. One or the other, but it's the sizing that I don't like, because I can't see what I'm getting. That's one thing I do like about the Pittsburgh Pro, is they have the sizes real big stamped into the socket. So there's no confusion about what you're dealing with. Now what are they? Why am I drawing a blank now all of a sudden? The Tecton, jeez. I better slow down. The Tecton impact socket set, they I got a funny story about that, but the Tekton impact socket sets are laser etched, and they will wear off. So you may lose, the markings to know what sockets you're dealing with. But that's funny when I just did that because I just completely drew a blank. And I do that sometimes. I mean, everybody does it. You always draw a blank. But I remember when I was in college, right? Now, yeah, I did go to college, but I was in college and I had an effective public speaking class, man. And I was young and cocky and I didn't care. There was a lot of people was nervous, and I guess I might have been kind of nervous, but I've never really been nervous about speaking to a bunch of people because I don't care. I honestly don't. If you don't like me, it's not going to change nothing in my opinion. For me, it's not going to change anything for me. But I had an effective post speaking class, man, and that was freaking 70 people in this class. It was a big class, and we had part of your assignments where you had to get up in the class and speak. So I got up there and I was doing this speech, and man, I thought I was so confident and cocky, and I just drew a blank, dude. And I was standing there for probably, it felt like an eternity, but it was probably, and we had to videotape it. So you videotape it and you could watch yourself back to give yourself some pointers or whatever. And man, it felt like an eternity. I never watched it because I was embarrassed after that one. But it felt like an eternity. But it was probably more like 15 to 20 seconds that I was just standing there like, But I did finish it up, and I did, but it was embarrassing. But that just made me think of that, man. I went to college for business administration, man. I was going to try to work in the stock market at one point. I was going for finance and operations management was my major and my minor, but I didn't finish it. I got 3 years. I didn't finish it. Water said he broke a few of the great impact. Man, that's the thing about Torx. Torx bits, your Torx sockets, they're gonna break, dude. Same thing with your hex sockets. Those are gonna break. I've never ran across a set that don't break. I mean, all the way from Snap-on down to, Pittsburgh. I mean, they're all gonna break. Uh, they're. I was using 5 millimeter hex sockets a lot, man, to take these socket head bolts out. So I was using them a lot, and I went through so many, and I tell you what, I found I still got it. I found a set of at Tractor Supply impact hex sockets, man. Dude, those probably were the best ones that I found, and it was like $8 for a whole set. So I mean, they do, but when it comes to something like that, man, some do break faster than others, and some round off faster than others, but they all do break, man. TCG, good evening, brother. Yeah, public speaking was fun, and I mean, like I said, I've never had a problem, talking to people. I've never had a problem having a conversation with people. I've never had a problem getting up in front of people talking. It's just never been an issue for me. Heck, I remember when I was in 6th grade, we had they did this thing called Scholar Dollars, where like every time we did something that was of note or completed an assignment that they had, like an extra assignment or whatever, they would give us like these little dollar bills that were Scholar Dollars. And then at the end of the year, we would do like a auction to where you could buy certain things using those Scholar Dollars, man. And I had I was in the top 3 of Scholar Dollars in the school, but I gained a bunch of them by memorizing Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address and getting up in front of the class and reciting that. And I was the only person to do that. And I didn't think it was a big deal looking back then, but a lot of people are not comfortable getting up in front of people talking, and I've just never had that problem. It's never bothered me. Chrome vanadium is too hard for impact socket use. A lot of your impact sockets are made of chrome vanadium. Now, The difference is in the chrome vanadium is the amount of vanadium. Here, hold on, I'll tell you exactly. Let's go right here. Now, there's some, the molybdenum, however it's pronounced. If somebody knows, let me know. That's that's more expensive. But like when you look at like your Pittsburgh Pro and whatnot, those are all chrome vanadium. But it's going to be, the difference is going to be in the, I'm about to tell you. Things. Jeez, oh, peas. Hey, there it is. Yeah, and you're this is what chrome vanadium. Chrome vanadium is a type of spring steel that was pioneered by Henry Ford for use in the Model T in 1908. It contains approximately 0.8% chromium and zero point 0.1 to 0.2% vanadium, which improves the strength and toughness of the material when it's heat treated. Then you have chrome let's see how to pronounce it. Molybdenum. So, molybdenum. Then you have chrome molybdenum. Chrome molybdenum also is a chrome alloy or a chromoly that it is a steel alloy that contains chromium, molybdenum among its alloying elements. It's more costly to produce than chrome vanadium, and as a result, it usually is only found in higher grade and more expensive tools. Chrome molybdenum is more ductile than other forms of steel used for socket production. Because of this, it's often used to make impact sockets, as increased ductility makes it less likely to shatter from high torque and impact. So you're cheaper. A lot of your impact sockets are only just made of chrome vanadium. And if you ever see the molybdenum impact sockets or whatever, then those are supposed to be better. But if I'm not mistaken, let's find out if I am mistaken. Let's look up Pittsburgh Pro. Nope. Pittsburgh Pro is chrome moly. So that's what that's made out of. So I was wrong about that. But you're right. I mean, the impact sockets. What the heck am I? The impact sockets are softer, man. They're supposed to be softer. They need to be softer. Justin's here. What's up, Justin? I just messaged Justin the other day, and I was gonna message him back. We're gonna do a live stream together, dude. We need to work out a time and a date, but I want to do a live stream with him. We can all sit down, drink, and have a couple beers. I think that would be a great time, man. And you know, as everybody knows, I like Justin. Justin's a really good guy, and I was gonna message him back, but I'm busy, dude. Like I said, I barely made this tonight, man. And I was telling Justin, have you heard from the Harbor Freight guys about the new Icon impact sockets or anything else? Because I was telling them that I seen a video where a guy bought some impact sockets, Icon, some crow's feet, the snap ring pliers, some torque sockets, and I think that was pretty much about it. But I know that they are supposed to be releasing the Icon screwdrivers, and they was supposed to send me some Icon screwdrivers when they started doing them, but I guarantee you I don't get them. But I don't care. I'll go buy them. It ain't nothing to me. The only thing that it does when I get them is I could just get them, and it allows me to get more things to do reviews, because otherwise I don't care. You know what I mean? But to me, the looks of those Icon screwdrivers, which I think would be, you know, pretty big if they were good. I love screwdrivers, dude, and everybody loves screwdrivers, man. That's been one of my biggest videos to date was my screwdriver video. But Snap-on screwdrivers to me are the best, man. I mean, you can't beat they just fit my hand better than any other screwdriver. They just work better than any other screwdriver. So I would like to find something that's a good. I'll tell you a good set of screwdrivers though that I own, that is a complete set, that's a good price, that I think that, like, anybody could use at any time, is the gear wrench set. For $65 is a 20-piece set, man. That's a pretty complete set, and they're pretty nice. Friday night or Saturday night, let him know. Hey, man, how about I'm down with, we could try to do it Friday if you want, brother. We're 3 hours different, and that's the big thing. I'll message you. We'll work out a time, because I know, like, when it's 10 o'clock here, and I'm all tired, you're just getting started. BS said do it Friday so he could be there, and so we don't cut into his time. I'm down, man. Friday will work for me. No Neck is probably getting a deal with him. Who's No Neck, bro? Who's No Neck, man? I gotta get in on this. Backwoods said Tekton is good, dude. I mean, for the price, I mean, I think Tekton's. I don't own any of the regular combination wrenches, but I do own the stubby wrenches, and I own Tekton impact sockets. And I bought the Tekton 3/8 ratchet. It's a pretty decent ratchet. I mean, it's not like, it's $22, so I feel like it's a pretty good ratchet, especially for that price. I feel like it's a pretty good ratchet. The impact sockets are great. The crow's feet, I own Tekton crow's feet, great. The stubby wrench is great for the price, man. I love them. Any upcoming Tekton USA stuff? Are you talking about like upcoming from them or upcoming from me? I don't know. I could look though. I know that I own the Tekton screwdrivers, and those are made in the USA. Now, the thing about the Tekton screwdrivers, though, for me, like, they're not my favorite screwdriver. They're too, the same thing with the Hercules screwdrivers. I did not like those screwdrivers, man, and I actually got rid of those. I gave those away to somebody 7-8 months ago, man. Like, I own so many screwdrivers, and for me to get rid of a screwdriver is pretty big, because I still got the Tekton ones, but I don't like getting rid of screwdrivers. I like screwdrivers. I like collecting screwdrivers. Well, I gave those away. The handles on them, and they're just so light, so cheap feeling, that I just wasn't impressed at all. I actually got a set of that I'm going to do a video on, that they sent me. They're probably angry, and I don't care. I told them when they sent it to me, I'm not guaranteeing nothing, but Tack Life sent me out a screwdriver set. And I was actually pleasantly surprised of, the quality of them and the quantity you get. So definitely be doing a video about that soon, so look out for that. Dale, what's up, man? Yeah, that was what it was, Kevin. He got a 3/4 inch breaker bar as well. This sucker was about 3 feet long. Now, they're selling that 3/4 inch breaker bar, but they don't got no 3/4 inch, nothing else 3/4 inch to go with it. But hopefully they're going to be coming out with something 3/4 inch to go with it. Jimmy's back, baby. All right, X. Louis said he got a pair of screwdrivers from Harbor Freight that are great. You can't believe how good they are. The what are they? The Quinn screwdrivers, or the Doyle screwdrivers? Because while we were talking about screwdrivers that I got rambling on about, I ended up on Hercules and Quinn and all kinds of stuff. I don't know if I said Hercules, but I meant Quinn when I was talking about the screwdrivers. But the Quinn screwdrivers, like I said, they just feel cheap, dude. The way the handles are, and they have the little cutout in them. And I don't know about you, dude, but I'm busting on my screwdrivers. I'm blasting on them. I'm not like, they better be tough. you know, and something like that, I feel like the moment I blast on that, is breaking, and they don't feel good to me. I'm not impressed with them at all. If you like them, then they work for you. That's great. Just for me, they don't work. Now, the Doyle, man, this cat, the Doyle screwdrivers, they seem pretty decent. I bought the two pack, and I was gonna do a video about that too soon coming up. But they seem pretty decent. I've used them a handful of times that I could use them, and I actually own a Wera set of striking cap. Not Wera, Weeha. Is it Weeha? Yeah, Weeha. A Weeha set of striking cap screwdrivers. They're great, dude. They're nice. You know, German made, good screwdrivers. Doyle ones seem pretty decent. The Icon screwdrivers from Lux look just like the Doyle screwdrivers. So I mean, to me, if Harbor Freight, if they intend on sticking with all this craziness as far as names go, and we need a good, better, best system, you know, that's fine. If you want to do that, okay. But like, don't make your tools look the same. When Icon first come out, it looked just like Pittsburgh Pro. You know, then they just invert the colors to where you got red, a majority of red in the handle instead of black in the handle. I'm talking about the Comfort Grip handle, obviously. Now, so then you go to your screwdrivers, and the Icon screwdrivers look just like the Doyle screwdrivers. You know what I mean? Like, what am I going to buy a set of screwdrivers or a tool that looks exactly like, even if it is better, it may be a little better, but at least make it look different to where, like, I'm not getting, where people's like, oh, this is just Pittsburgh Pro rebranded or whatever. At least make it look a little different, man. And I like the black and red. If it, me personally, if I was Harbor Freight, I would have switched the Pittsburgh Pro to red and black and had the Icon black and red. I like the black and red better myself. And then come out, and Icon also, if they're truly not just trying to dig into our pockets, if they're truly intending on competing with the tool trucks, as they say, and trying to give people tool truck quality at good prices, and they're wanting to actually try to get people to go there from the tool trucks, then like they need to have like colors and stuff as well too. They need to have a big variety of stuff. Their stuff needs to look different than everything else. And you need to be able to buy like, the green and black, the yellow and black, or whatever. Just you need to have a variety of different things, man. In my opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, man. What power tools are best for concrete and cement? Makita. Somebody help him out, man. See, everybody, and I'm glad, and that's the reason I said that. Sorry about that, brother. Jose, that's the reason I said that, Jose, is to ask people to help you out, because, man, people's going to tell you, everybody's going to tell you something different, because what works for me, probably not, it might not work for you, dude, and what works for Tarek might not work for you. What works for Hersteller might not work for you. Now, you can get opinions, but to ask like a generic question like that, Jose, to where you ask, what brand should you buy? It's just going to depend on what experience you have with that tool, what color you like with that tool, your luck with that tool. Because while Hersteller may tell you that steel is the way to go, there could come and just say, for instance, Bow Freak may come in and say steel is garbage because he hasn't had any luck with steel. But while Hersteller has had, luck with steel. So to ask about a brand in particular is hard to answer, man. It really is, because everybody's going to have different experiences and opinions. That's why I honestly, I look for, I do look for, especially when it comes to cordless tools. And that's why I'm liking Milwaukee, because the, variety of tools, the performance of those tools, the whole thing considered, I feel like Milwaukee is the way to go. I don't want to buy, and DeWalt's DeWalt's good. I've had pretty good luck with DeWalt. I still use DeWalt 60 volt tools. But I feel like Milwaukee is just constantly innovating. Milwaukee's constantly coming out with new tools. They're constantly trying to improve their tools. Their, customer service is great. Everything is great. And then and the pricing is expensive, but you're gonna get what you pay for in those cases. There's some things, in my opinion, that you shouldn't skimp out on. And cordless tools are definitely one of those things, man. To skimp out on a tool that, if say for, this is why. Just say for instance, you're at work and you're using a 3/8 Pittsburgh Pro ratchet, and that 3/8 ratchet breaks on you. What's the likelihood you're going to have another 3/8 ratchet in your box? Pretty high. So, or you could switch to 1/2 inch or whatever. You could use it. Now, if you're out on a job and you're using, a Hercules drill, and that drill takes a crap on you, what's the odds that you're going to have another cordless drill on hand? Probably not probably not high. You may have, you may not have. So when it comes to something like that, cordless tools and whatnot, I feel like you should go ahead and, as they say, buy once, cry once. I don't really like that saying so much, but I can understand the meaning of it. When it comes to something like that, bro, I honestly feel like you need to invest and just go ahead and just do it right off the bat. If you have luck with a middle grade cordless tool line, then so be it, man. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you found that. I just like Milwaukee, and that's just my preference right now. And as far as DeWalt goes, I like DeWalt too. I love DeWalt tools. Their 1/2 inch impact, the DCF 1/2 inch impact, for the price. If somebody were to ask me, if you didn't have much money and you wanted the most powerful 1/2 inch impact, and you wanted, to know what should I buy, man, I'm going to say buy that DeWalt DCF 1/2 inch impact for $250 for the kit. You're only going to get one battery with that kit, but you can grow into that. You could buy another battery to put on it, and you can also buy other 20 volt tools later on down the road. But that DCF is powerful and it's strong, and you're going to get a 3-year warranty straight off the bat. So, you could say, the Earthquake, like say for instance, the Earthquake XT. Okay, the Earthquake XT, $200, no warranty, so you're going to add a warranty on. You're getting up to the price of a DeWalt. And I'd have never used the Earthquake XT 1/2 inch cordless impact, and I would like to use it just to try it out, but I've never used it. But with all factors considered, considering the fact that I could buy another 20 volt tool to use with that DeWalt DCF battery that I bought and be able to use both of them, the fact that I can grow into this tool line and I don't have to just, buy the 1/2 inch impact and then have to buy another tool brand if I need a Sawzall or something. So that's my big issue with Harbor Freight and their cordless tool line, because when you start looking at the cordless tool line, like the Earthquake XT and whatnot, they have the grinder, they have the 1/2 inch impact, they have the 3/8 impact, and they have the cordless ratchet. What else do they got? They don't even got a Sawzall. Now you got to go over to Hercules to get a Sawzall. Come on, dude. Just make. Why do you need to make so many names, and you're already starting off fresh in a cordless tool line, and you're trying to build three. And this is why I think they're struggling to come out with new tools and whatnot, because you're trying to build new tools and everything for a tool line for 4 different tool lines. If you was just focused on Earthquake XT, building that tool line, then you could have, who knows where they could be at. You know what I mean? That's what I don't understand, man. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that, brother. I done already started getting on to a rant there. What was going on, Nick and Mac? Nick and Mac said this man attacked him for being a homosexual. Yeah, I did, Max. You're a dummy, bro. Thanks, Justin. Hey, this dude, right? This dude's been on my Instagram, and I'm not deleting them because it's amusing to me to see how dumb these people are. So he's calling me gay and all this other stuff. He said, "What did your mom think about you being queer?" And I was like, "She accepts me for who I am, man." I was like, "How did your mom take the news?" You know what I mean? And then he come back. Then he done recruited another guy to come up and say something. So he done made his way onto the YouTube. Oh, my dude. Thanks, Justin. Max Spice, what's up, brother? There, I'm a troll. I am a troll. Wow. These guys, these guys get, they just come out of nowhere, dude. I don't even know. Like, I didn't even know that guy had ever been on my YouTube channel. I just thought he was a troll on Instagram trying to troll me. It's funny, dude. I was having fun with him. Yeah, you probably did see him. I could get to him. It was pretty funny. You want 8 comments? This is what he commented. He said, "Does your mom know that you're a homosexual?" I was like, "What?" These dudes, man, these dudes have lost their mind. Like, if you've really got nothing else to do, man, like, I'll if I have the time, I'll entertain you, man. Just on, general principle. I have no problem entertaining you because you entertain me too, man. And then that was another thing he called me. And I don't know, man. I've been getting that ever since I've started this channel. And like I said, I'm not into politics on this channel, dude. I don't I don't want to open up that can of worms. I have my beliefs. People's gonna have their beliefs. Who's right? Who knows, bro? I don't know. I just know I'm right for me, so that's all that matters. I don't. But he got on there and like I said, he ain't been the only one calling me a communist. He did it on YouTube or on Instagram too, and they've done it on YouTube. And I'm like, what? Where are they getting this from? I got an American flag in the background, man. I've talked numerous times about, capitalism, and that's the complete opposite of communism. And this is what one guy said on one of my videos a long, long time ago. Because my name, Redemption Garage, has red in it, RED, they was thinking I was a communist. Like, dang, man. Like, that has got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard, man. All right, I got one more beer. Let me go get it, man. You guys hang tight. Coming right back. Yeah, Justin, I was gonna say I don't know if you're still here or not, but we'll see if you're still here. But I was gonna say too, like I gotta figure out how I'm supposed to do the live stream with you, man. We could do it from your channel if you want, but we could get on, and I have to figure out how I'm supposed to like what I'm supposed to do to connect with you because I have no idea, man. Somebody said something about SteamYard, so I reckon I gotta download that. Yeah, I mean, the trolls, some trolls, like some people, I mean, they're just blatantly, you can tell that they're just here to, I don't know what they're trying to do. Either ruffle your feathers or, trying to discourage you or what they're doing, but it's just blatant. If you have a problem, if you don't like something, then this is, I like my man Teddy Roosevelt. This is what he said. He said, complaining about a problem without posing a solution is just whining. And it is. It's just whining. That's what I got on my personal Facebook page. I'm in a group, Harbor Freight Tool Couponers, and somebody posted a video or somebody posted a question about the Icon wrenches, and somebody got on there talking about how they're all loose and all this and all that, and then or whatnot. And I haven't had that problem with it, but I told a guy, I was like, somebody actually recommended one of my videos and said, watch this, and the guy's like, that video tells me nothing about something or another. I was like, I put the wrench on a bolt, I put the wrench on a hardened hex sock Allen key, and I made it slip over top of that to see the stretch, to see anything or all that. Like, what else would you want me to do to make the videos better that would make, your decision? And I was being honest, I was honestly being, I wanted to know exactly what I could do to make the videos better. But nobody has anything specific. It's either you just don't like me, or your favorite YouTuber says something, and that's what I said too. I was like, most of these guys, they've never even tried the wrenches, they've never even tried nothing. They just go off of what their favorite YouTuber says, and that's their opinion on the tool. And that's fine if you want to be like that, that's cool. But for me, I'm not going to just take somebody's word for it. I'm going to find out for myself. Now, I've said this before. I said, got this guy, Mr. Subaru. And when I started making those Icon videos, man, he was on my comment. And the only reason I call him out by name is because he was trolling on my comments. So many people was trying to make them feel bad, trying to make them feel like they was dumb, like he knows what's going on. And before the man even laid a finger on the tools, he was talking about they was garbage. So when you go get the tools finally, and he always likes to try to say, I bought the tools myself, like that's going to make you more honest or something. That's not going to make you more honest, buddy. I mean, you can say that if you want, but it's not going to make you more honest. You're either honest or you're not honest. But if you're saying that a tool is garbage before you even lay your finger on a tool, before you even use a tool, before you even see a tool with your own two eyes, if you're saying it's garbage, by the time you get that tool, I guarantee you're going to end up saying that tool's garbage because you've already made your mind up that tool was garbage before you ever laid your hands on it. So, that's a biased opinion. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Time to settle down. This cat is crazy, man. Like, he's a wild cat, and I don't know. I got this cat. My girlfriend, there was these kittens that were abandoned by her house, and she's already got a cat, and she was, this cat hurt its leg. Somebody hurt it or something, and I took the cat in to try to help and save it. But whew, man, he's wild, man. Lewis the Truest said, Lewis the Truest. That's a good name, man. Yeah, and and that's the thing, man. I think people need to feel, they don't want to hear that their tool's not the best after they done spent their money on it. And if your tool's the best for you, then that's fine, dude. Everybody's doesn't have to agree with you to justify, to make you feel like your purchase is the best. And that's what I hear people say, that people's stupid or whatever because they have a different opinion about what tools work for them. Buddy, I mean, how does that make them stupid because they like a different tool than you? Or that's like when I did that, the biggest video I've ever had on this channel was the Craftsman screwdriver video. And it was just showing as the wrench goes over the end of the Craftsman screwdriver. And there was so many, and it was it was probably, I had like almost 11,000 likes on that. So that was at least, I had 650,000 views, 11,000 likes. So that was like 11,000 people that either didn't know or liked the video or whatever. And then there was about, 3,000 dislikes. And these people get on there and they get mad. And they're like, I thought you was going to teach me something because they already knew. Or they get on there and talk about how other people, you didn't know this, you're stupid. Like you're born. Bro, you're not born with knowledge. You learn the stuff as you go along. There was a time that you didn't know about that screwdriver, and there was a time that you didn't know a lot of things that you learned over time. So before you knew that, was you stupid? No, you just didn't know, man. So to try to dog people out, it's just, people are just, it's hard to deal with people, man. It really is, because I feel like I'm just so like logical, and I'm so like just laid back that I just can't understand some people, especially when it comes to stuff like that. Like, man, just because you don't know about something does not indicate that you're stupid. And to talk to people like that, I have a different set of morals, I guess, and I don't talk to a grown man. I don't say, unless, to me, if you talk to a grown man like that, then you either you want to fight. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I don't get on there and talk to grown men and try to dog out grown men for no reason, man. You have to say something to me to make me say something back to you, because otherwise I'm just going to go on about my life, and you can go on about your life, and you can use whatever tool works best for you. We're all supposed to be grown men. This community is a tool. We're working with tools. We're 99% men. And if you're a woman, I say like, man, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but we're men, and we should act like men. Men don't act like that to me. Men does not sit around and act like that. So I have to like question sometimes like about these dudes, man. And if it's funny, if you're having fun and you're trolling, that's funny to you, then that's fine. It is what it is. But I don't call people names. I don't do it, man. Eddie said, any feedback on the SK wrench? I haven't got them yet, Eddie, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them with Christmas. Not right now. But with Christmas and everything else, and then my truck breaking down and then other expenses and whatnot, I don't know if I'm going to have the money to buy the wrenches right now. But I will get them as soon as I can, man. I promise that. I mean, I'm looking at, $250 to get some wrenches that I don't even really need. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing that basically just to do a video for you guys. So if I do like them in the end and they end up becoming my favorite wrenches, then, so be it. But I'm basically, the only reason I'm buying something, the only reason I buy a lot of tools and a lot of stuff is to try to help you guys, to try to give you guys a video and to try to, give you some information. Because I don't know about you, like when I want to know about a tool, like I am searching about that tool. I'm searching about how good it works for other people. And I'm trying to get some opinions before I pull the trigger, because with you guys, Like you only got to buy, you got to figure out what wrenches you want to get or whatever. If you're buying some wrenches, and you just buy that one set of wrenches. I have to buy 10 set of wrenches to try to help you guys figure out what one set of wrench you're going to buy. So it's expensive, buddy. You know what I mean? But as soon as I get the money, man, yeah. And I'm going to join the SK Club. I feel like that's a great deal. And that's when I did that video about the Harbor Freight Inside Track Club that I don't feel like, does much for me. If you feel like it does a lot for you, then I'm happy for you. But for me, it doesn't. I don't feel like it does much. Now, when you look at the SK Club, they're giving you 5% cash back. This is just off the top of my head. They're giving you 5% cash back. You're getting free shipping on all your orders. They're giving you a socket a month, like a socket of the month club. So over your year, you're going to get 12 sockets for $50. That's worth the $50 plus right there. Then you're getting your 5% cash back. You're getting your free shipping. You're getting access to deals and whatnot. Like, that's a club. That's a club that I would join. So that's something that I'm definitely going to get into, man. Inside Track Club, where they have 3 orange stickers in the store that gives me a price on a tool that I'm probably never going to buy anyway. That's just not a deal to me, man. Max Spice said he used some Harbor Freight tools in everyday professional use. They aren't the best, but they do get the job done. And that's the case, dude. They do, for the most part. I mean, there's some of their tools that I don't feel like's, any good, but it can get you by. Most of them can get you by. No, BS Small Engine asked if the Icon wrench that skip size. No, they don't skip sizes, bro. You get, for the standard combination, or for the metric combination wrench set, you get from 6 to 19. For the standard, you're getting 1/4 inch to 1 inch. No skip sizes. And the ratcheting wrench set, metric, you're getting 10 to 19. And for the standard, you're getting, I want to say, 3/8 to 3/4, something like that. So I like those ratcheting wrenches, man. The length of those ratcheting wrenches, if you compare those to, your other ratcheting wrenches, the length of them they're pretty long. They're a lot longer than your normal ratcheting wrenches, and I like that. And I've been using them, and I think that they're pretty good. 72 teeth, they could be higher tooth count, but I feel like they're great. Now, even the Matco set that I have that I paid $250 plus tax for, that's a 72 tooth set. Now, that set does come with a couple extra wrenches, because I think it goes from 8 to 19 instead of 10 to 19. So for $250, so that may be worth it to you. I feel like that those are close enough in price to where if you wanted to go with Matco, obviously I don't see nothing wrong with it anyway, because I bought the wrenches myself because they're pretty decent wrenches. But the 90 tooth Matco set is double the price. So if Harbor Freight, I'd like to see Harbor Freight come out with a higher tooth count ratcheting wrench. But I tell you now, man, those 72 tooth ratcheting wrenches, I feel like they're pretty decent. I haven't owned them that long, obviously, but from what I've used of them and from what I've seen, I feel like they're great. They're a pretty good deal. And I got mine for $120, the metric set, down from $150, because they had the 20% off Icon coupon, so that gave me $30 off. So even for $120, man, but even for $150, $150 you're getting up there. But I feel like they're pretty good wrenches, man. Buffalo tool. Raising Gracie, you talk about, I have some Buffalo wrenches out there, man. I honestly do. Back was somebody said a 10 millimeter month would be worth it. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. And I don't know, like, what kind of sockets they're gonna send you, but you know, I mean, if you're probably not going to get like, they're probably not going to send you 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and you're going to end up with a full chrome socket set or a full impact socket set. But I mean, you're getting some USA made good sockets for free every month. I mean, obviously it's not free, you're paying for it, but for $50, so if you do $50, so that's, what is it? Let's find out. I'm pretty good at math, but not that good. So we got, $50 a month. So $1 be 60. So we got 60. We got 12 months. So about $2.40 a month. So for $2.40, you're getting a USA made socket. I mean, that's worth it just by itself. And they're throwing in the 5% cash back. I mean, 5% cash back is pretty big. When you're getting into buying tools like that, you're going to spend a lot of money. So, you're looking at, if you're going to buy $500 worth of tools, which is nothing really. I mean, you're looking at getting $25 back to go on your next order. So how many people could spend $1,000 to get $50 back to make that money back? Then you're getting the socket back. That's a pretty good deal, dude. I'm happy I stumbled across that, because I feel like that not only is that going to make me want to buy more SK tools, and I want to buy more SK tools because I like to buy some more USA made tools, but I want to also, because in the prices of the SK tools, they are closer to your Snap-on prices and whatnot, but they're actually cheaper in a lot of cases than your Snap-on tools. So hopefully we can find a good tool company, USA made tool company, that we can save some money on. Now you can save some money on like Wright wrenches and J.H. Williams. I got a J.H. Williams 1/4 inch ratchet that I've owned for 3 or 4 years now, maybe longer. I can't remember when I got it, but it was like a $20 wrench for a USA made wrench. You can't beat that. Am I breaking bolts with the stubby ratcheting? I don't know what you mean by breaking bolts. Who was that? Sorry about that. The Comic Fam. Let me know exactly what you mean, brother. Past payment due says he has all the Icon wrenches out right now, waiting for the extended set of ratcheting to come out soon. He's happy with them. I mean, like I said, I think they're pretty decent, dude. I mean, for the price, they're good. They're not better than Snap-on wrenches, I don't think, but they're also not $500 either. Felix has a Buffalo drill press. Lewis the Truest says he thinks people complaining about the Icon tool prices and never sets foot on a tool truck. There's two different sides to that, Lewis. You're right, but there's two different sides to it from what I'm seeing, man. There's the side of guys who go to Harbor Freight on the weekend and get a free tarp and buy a set of, 3 million mechanic piece tool set for $7.99. Yeah, I'm obviously exaggerating, but there's that side of the people that are expecting to go into Harbor Freight and pay nothing for tools, and they don't use tools that much, so they work for them. So they see these expensive tools and they're like, what is this, man? Harbor Freight is supposed to be a cheap tool store. But yet they don't realize that, they are cheap still compared to, your higher end tools. Whether they're as good or not is a completely different subject, but they still are kind of cheap. So those guys are complaining because they think that Harbor Freight is transforming into this expensive tool store. But they've not got rid of any of their cheap tools. They're expanding. Why would you not want the option to buy a higher quality tool if you wanted to or not? I don't understand that. I honestly don't, but they feel like they think that Harbor Freight is, abandoning them for some reason, and I don't understand it. I honestly want to go in. I like Harbor Freight. I honestly do like Harbor Freight. I like going. I've went into Harbor Freight for years, man. I've been going there for years, and I bought some bad tools and I bought some decent tools from in there. So the fact that I can now go to this store and hopefully, and it's just, this is just the beginning. It's going to get bigger. They're going to get more. They're going to get better. And the fact that I can now go to the store and warranty or buy these higher quality tools is pretty big to me, man. It's pretty big to me. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up on Lewis and Tarek's conversation here. Now, let me tell you something. I think I understand what they're talking about a little bit. They're talking about the Icon versus Pittsburgh thing. I've used Pittsburgh ratchets for a while. I've used Pittsburgh sockets for a while. They're pretty decent. The Pittsburgh ratchets, however, they work. They haven't broke on me. You know, they're decent. But I do believe the Icon ratchets are better. Now, I mean, are the Icon ratchets really great? No, they're not really great, man. They could be better. So hopefully they improve. I feel like one thing that they need to improve is the detent on the on-off switch, because that to me is the biggest thing that the Pittsburgh Pro ratchets that I hate about. It's backwards. Arguably, it's backwards. But that's not a big deal so much as the fact that those switches they move so easy. It's crazy. So they could Icon could fix that as far as that. But I mean, all in all, I think they are better than the Pittsburgh Pro ratchets. Are they worth, like for instance, I have my 3/8 flex head Pittsburgh Pro ratchet that I probably paid like $15 for. Is the Icon ratchet 3/8? They obviously don't even have the 3/8 flex heads anymore. But when they did have the 3/8 flex head, that I got two out there that's broke. One of them I broke intentionally. The other one I broke using. And I honestly, bro, I only used that ratchet probably less than 100 times before it broke. So if that's unacceptable. If you're claiming these tools to be tool truck quality and you're wanting professionals to use your tools, that's unacceptable. So, but they know they have a problem with those ratchets. So it's all good. We'll see what their next version is. I haven't tried. I got the 1/4 inch swivel head Icon ratchet. I actually do like that. Is it worth $30? To me it is. It might not be to you, but to me it's worth $30. But is the Pittsburgh Pro 3/8, because I think the 3/8 comparable Pittsburgh Pro to Icon as far as 3/8 flex head goes, the Icon no coupon is like $35 or $40. So is that Icon worth $35 to $40 over top of that Pittsburgh $15 ratchet? At this time, I don't think it is. I don't think it's worth that much more than the Pittsburgh Pro ratchets at this time, because they still have some work to do. But with that being said, I mean, even $35 to $40, it's not that expensive, but you could find some, if you start looking at Gear Wrench and stuff like that, Tekton, then you can find some similar quality deals that are better as of right now. But like I said, they're going to be improving it. I'm rooting for them, man. I like the Icon name. I think sounds cool. The Icon, colors, the black and the red. It looks pretty cool. I like it. I would be proud. I think that the way they're going, I would feel proud about owning Icon tools, and I would feel good in the future. As of right now, they're small. They're still trying to build up. I'm saying like in the future, if they get it all together and everything, I would feel good about taking in an Icon toolbox full of Icon tools to work in a shop. And, obviously I'm not going to have that problem because for one, I'm not an idiot. For two, I know what I'm doing. So, I mean, people's going to get an initial impression off of you regardless. You could wheel in the JRC 54 Epic box with, all the accessories that he's got on there, and you could be garbage, bro. I mean, you could be just flat out garbage. But when you first wheel in there, people's going to be like, man, this guy, this guy's good, man, he's good. And then you got the guy coming in with a Harbor Freight 5-drawer tool car or the Craftsman old box or whatever. And you might not think so. But to me, what I've learned over the years, if I see an old school box and a guy wheeling in an old school box, I already know that dude probably knows what he's doing, man. He probably knows what he's doing. Just because all your old school guys that have been around for a while and that have been working for a while, they know where to save money, where they need to save money. And they know they don't need to go out and spend $40,000 on a toolbox that's going to hold your tools. And somebody asked me about the Icon toolbox. Like I said in my future of this channel, I'm going to have some more videos about that coming up. Do I like the Icon toolbox? Yeah, I do like the Icon toolbox. It's a pretty high quality toolbox. Now I am having problems with one drawer, and I'm trying to figure out what the deal is with that because it would not extend all the way out. But I did take it apart, so maybe it's something I did. So let's find out before I say anything about it. But I mean, yeah, it's pretty nice, dude. They could have did some different things, and it's new. This is all new, To me, I like the drawer latch system where the handles pull up. I don't like the slide lock system. I do not like that slide lock system. So I'm glad they didn't do that. They got the detent drawers. And I'll tell you what, though, actually those detent, locks work good. Will they last longer than your normal slide locks or whatnot? I don't know. We're going to find out. But, I like the pull. And I would also have liked some sort of soft close when the drawers closed. When you start filling your drawers up and you start pushing them in, I slam them drawers constantly. So I would have liked to have had some sort of soft close. He said he hates the pull-up lock. Some people, that's why I say everybody's different. Everybody likes certain things. I can't stand the slide lock, dude. I cannot stand the slide lock. It drives me crazy. But I don't know, man. Honestly, X asked me if Harbor Freight has offered any deep drawers in Icon. Man, I don't know, dude. Somebody messaged me that's been following me since the whole Icon ordeal started, and he told me he ordered a 73-inch Icon toolbox. It's $5,000, and I don't know if he got any coupons, but I tell you, I mean, I got to be honest with you. If I was gonna buy an expensive box, and I had that money, I would probably look towards that 73-inch Icon box before I would the 56-inch box. I mean, for the price difference, I feel like you're going to get a lot more for the 73-inch, especially with that 20% off coupon, because you're looking at now $4,000. Still a lot of money. I mean, I'm just saying if you was looking for a higher end box and wanted to spend that much money. Now, we could get into if you want to buy a used Snap-on or whatever. But I'm telling you now, if you buy a used Snap-on box, which you could, and that's fine, ain't nothing wrong with that, but you're not going to get no warranty from that. So I don't care what anybody else tells you. There's no warranty. If you call Snap-on and you try to warranty anything on that box, they're going to ask for the serial number, and you're not going to be the original purchaser, and they're not going to give you a warranty on it. So no matter what anybody else tells you, I'm telling you right now, there is no warranty on any used Snap-on tools. Now, you can get away with their hand tools because they can't track all them. You can just tell them, like I tell them, like I'm actually gonna. I was gonna think about doing a video about warranties and whatnot, because I have some tools I want to warranty. So I want to see how good the warranty system works on all of these tool manufacturers: DeWalt, Snap-on, Mac Tools. All of them. I have a little bit of everything. So maybe we'll take a look and do a video about how they all work, and we'll see if they're all really, about their word or not. Because I know for a fact, like Snap-on, they're going to ask you who you bought the tool from. And you're going to say, I don't remember. I've worked for a lot of different shops, and there's been a lot of different drivers, because there are a lot of different Snap-on drivers, because they can't keep drivers. Because a lot of your Snap-on drivers are either corporate drivers, or they're going to work for a franchisee that has multiple trucks or whatever. But the Snap-on driver around here, I haven't even talked to the guy. He's never even stopped at my job. He's a corporate guy. They're not going to care. They're making $10, $11, $12 an hour or whatever they're making. They're not going to give a crap. Now, you get the guys that actually own the tool trucks. They're going to put a little bit more effort into it. But the corporate drivers and whatnot, they don't give a crap, dude. It's an hourly job to them. They're making nothing. Louis Atrua said, he's seen the Snap-on or the Icon box in green. Dude, that green and black looks sweet. If I was going to pick one, if I was going to pick a box, and I'm not a big colorful guy, like I'm not about to pick the hot pink 5-drawer tool card or nothing like that. I'm just plain. And I don't really like red, but I'm either blue or black. If I was going to pick, though, I would pick that green and that black on the Icon. Looks pretty nice. Billy Mechanic said he got screwed on some slides. It cost him $800. Yeah. I mean, you got to imagine, man. Snap-on, we're talking about Snap-on toolboxes not being warranted if you're not the original purchaser, especially when it comes to boxes and stuff like that. You got to imagine, man, I don't know how much money they're spending to make this stuff or whatever, but they're making a lot of money off of it as far as revenue goes. They're selling these boxes for a crazy amount of money, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 for systems, $5,000, $10,000 for boxes, just straight boxes. So they don't want to, have to replace stuff on those boxes when you wasn't the original purchaser. And they're not going to, dude. They're not going to do it. And I guarantee you that. And I'm not trying to sit here and tell you that Harbor Freight is going to do that, because they probably won't do that. When it comes to the Icon lifetime warranty, I don't know 100%, but I'm going to tell you right now that if the time ever comes to where there is ever any Icon boxes for sale for cheap used or whatever, I don't know. They probably will ask, just like they did for me on the ball joint press. They'll probably ask for your number and try to give you a warranty like that. Now, I don't know, dude. We'll see. We'll see how the Icon. I think the Icon hand tools have been a hit for them. And I don't think that I played no small part in those Icon tools being a hit for Harbor Freight. And I hope they work out for everybody, because I think about that a lot. I think about hopefully Harbor Freight doesn't abandon that after everything I've said and tried to defend them and did everything. I hope they don't abandon it. Now, when it comes to the Icon toolboxes, we're looking at a pretty big investment for somebody, so I think they're going to have a harder time making us sell. We'll see, though. Maybe I'm wrong. I think the financing may help them. All right, BS Small Engines. I appreciate you, brother. All right, guys. I think we're about to end this for tonight, man. I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry I was late. I'm going to have some videos coming up this week, man. If there's anything you guys ever want to see on a live stream, I could do, anything. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Follow me on Instagram, My Redemption Garage, Facebook, Redemption Garage, Twitter, Redemption Garage. Email me at myredemptiongarage@gmail.com and let me know anything. Talk to me. I don't ignore anybody. If it takes me a while to get back to you, it's not intentional. Sometimes I don't see it. Sometimes I'm busy. But I do appreciate all of you guys, man. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you guys make it for next week. And I hope you guys have a great new year.